Good morning. It is the end of our 14 days today at our current national forest spot. So we're gonna move on to our next one. And I figure I will show you how we do that and how we pack up the camper so nothing breaks and getting to our next spot and what it looks like and all of that. So let's go. So I actually forgot to film the very first thing I do, and it is wiring down this cabinet, which is good to go now. And then next thing I do is clean off the counter. And I'm gonna put all of those spices up here. And then some of these things go below the sink and we will get it all packed away. Okay, now that the kitchen area is good to go and nothing is gonna break, I'm gonna do this side, which not a whole lot goes on our bed when we move, but I do put our spice rack and I just wrap it in a towel or sweatpants or whatever. And then also our cutting boards from our kitchen go on our bed, and that's pretty much it. And then all of the art on our walls has a poster tack behind it, so it can't fall down, which is awesome, or scrape when we're driving. So yeah, other than that, the next thing that I do is just make sure that all of the cabinets have wires around them so they don't swing open while we're driving. Because we do have those little RV clasps, but they are definitely not enough for the last thing that goes on our bed that I forgot to mention is the stuff that we store down here above our jars. And we have our art bin and our little portable DVD player. And we just put both of those on the bed and they ride perfectly. A really important step before you wire your cabinet shut or whatever you do to keep things from flying around is make sure that everything is packed super tight. Even if there's a little bit of give in here, everything will slide around and be a broken mess when you open them. And we've done it too many times now, so just literally, even if you just have empty jars or whatever, put them up there. Paper towel rolls, anything bulky that's just going to keep stuff from sliding around will save you a ton of time cleaning up a bunch of broken glass. Now, all of this stuff is super tight and won't go anywhere. And then down on this shelf with our vitamins, this basket, I have this little wire that has a hook and eye back there. And there's another one here. And I just connect it through, and that keeps that from sliding around while we drive. All the cabinets are shut, and everything is on the bed and in its place. We are about to hitch up. And one last thing that I always do is make sure all of the windows are shut super tight and the roof vent. Because if you don't, especially if you go on dirt roads, you will enter a camper that looks like it has been through a dust storm from you know where. So yeah, just make sure all those suckers are closed super tight. And then here is the camper in go mode. A little less homey, but goes together again in about 5 minutes. Hitched up and ready to go. And this is the after from moving. Nothing too bad. A little box fell from up there, but it's just a couple of little fun things, so no big deal this time. Woohoo! We have a frame that goes underneath Willow's dog bed that helps keep that layer where air can get through and things can't get a little bit too damp, and I will show you how that works now. We also keep moisture absorbers at the way back of her room, and those have been a lifesaver for us as well. Here is the little frame that we have for Willow's bed, and then back there are our moisture absorbers, and we have our excess storage back there, which is awesome, and this has worked really, really well for us. We finished moving the camper, and because it is one of the first really warm days today, we decided to come out and see how spring is progressing in the woods and do a little bit of personal foraging for ourselves. I think we might grab a little bit of wood sorrel, we're looking also particularly for some stinging nettle because it's super duper nutritious and amazing for you. It has a ton of vitamin K, which is kind of, or vitamin K2, which is kind of an obscure vitamin to get on a plant-based diet, so that's really cool. Yeah, we're also looking and seeing if we see any good fiddlehead fern spots. It's a bit early and they're all really tiny. We're just kind of scoping the area, enjoying one of the really first super springy days so far. Really happy to be outside and enjoying the fresh air. All of this ground cover plant behind me is called wood sorrel, and it's super duper delicious. It kind of tastes like a lemony flavored spinach. It's so amazing, and it has a ton of antioxidants and other good vitamins and minerals for you. Here is a close-up of the wood sorrel, and it has 3 heart-shaped leaves with a seam down the middle and purple on the bottom. Some of the smaller ones have green bottoms, but the bigger established ones will have these purple bottoms, and they're super duper tasty. Here is called skunk cabbage, also known as swamp lantern, and it has quite a few medicinal uses, and it's super duper beautiful. It grows in these little boggy areas, and it's so insane. Very prolific, as you can see. This stuff right here looks innocent enough, but literally even having it on your skin can kill you. Come on, Lou, this way. And here is some of the stinging nettle we are about to eat. I'm holding it like this because all of these little hairs are super duper painful when they get stuck in your skin. And they even cause a little rash with hives and everything. It's apparently actually even good for you to get stung by them, but it just definitely is uncomfortable for a couple minutes. Okay, let's try it. I guess any green that you cook in plant-based butter and salt and garlic is gonna be good, but I give nettle at least a 9 out of 10. One of the best. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and come back soon for more adventures.